Oh shit. I almost didn't get to share it. Let's do it. Alright, I think I sent it both places. I think so. I think we're ready. Alright, and we're back here. We have the dead laptop, of course, this one. I put all the toys away. Playtime's over. Of course. We're going live to the world. We can't stand here and be losers. Gotta put the toys away. Get back to work. How are we doing today, people? Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. When you do, for clicking that link, I do appreciate it. Think about subscribing. Clicking on that little bell. It won't hurt, I promise. Let's get on with this. Actually, we can go here. Now flip over to the repair. We've got Acronis installed. What we've got going on here, we have the dead hard drive. I promise I wrote dead on it, but I covered up the customer's name, but it does say dead HDD, which is dead hard disk drive. So we are going to use an OptiBay adapter real quick to clone this to this hard drive. Hopefully I'll go ahead and slide that in. We'll get it in there. Not like that's gonna really do anything. This will get us in here and should plug into the SATA port. What we are gonna do is go over here and go to right click on start, go to disk management. Did I tap that? I might have. Let's see if we can see action. Rescan disks. It may not see it. I may have to reboot because of the BIOS. And indeed I do. Hear that? No, that's in there. It's in there, I promise. Let's go, let's open up Device Manager and scan that way. Maybe we can find it that way. I doubt it though. Scan for hardware changes. Are you going to find anything? No, you will not. Alright, so we'll close Acronis down. We did get that installed. We're going to hit Alt F4 and do a restart quick. We'll do a restart, bring it back here. That mouse goes to that computer. We're up against the clock a little here, but we will try. We got the reboot happening. It's in progress. We still need to undo the screws and open this thing back up to put the hard drive in its real spot. We should have just did that from the get-go and booted from the drive in the OptiBay. Didn't have time. We're doing it as fast as I know how. Did I click shutdown or restart? I thought I hit restart. Oh. Do we have something die on us on the spot? I hear it. I hear it. Okay, it's trying. It's trying, it's coming up. Remember, this is a used hard drive. Yeah, it's just not liking to share out the display. So you can see the restarting screen. till this thing comes up, unless it completely freezes. Alright, and we have it coming up. There it be. It always does take a minute with these spinny drives. Who needs the spinny drives? It's 2019. 2019. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't need the spinny drives. We want the solid ones, the ones you can throw around and beat them up. I guess we shouldn't be banging stuff right next to our computer, huh? Pound our fist on the desk. Alright, as soon as this gets booted into Windows, we'll plug the HDMI back in and flip over to the other repair screen. In the meantime, I'm going to save myself some time now while I'm waiting on that. We're going to go and break down the mirrorless camera. We put the SD card back in. Alright, we're up to Windows. Some days I wish this 25mm lens had a lens hood, then other days I'm glad it don't. I'm glad I don't have to deal with the burden of that. Alright, let's get this repair underway. Alright, well, apparently we're going to deactivate it when not showing. But it's showing now, so it's all good. Let's start up Acronis. Acronis should see our drive now. With any luck. With any luck, my friends. Did I really hit no or did I hit yes? It seems like I might have hit yes. This thing just isn't good at sharing its graphics with you. Well, I did hit yes, I promise you. See? Alright, so when you first open up Acronis, you'll probably land on a window like this if you use an Acronis True Image. This is an older version, but you know what? It still works for cloning. We're going to go ahead and hit Tools and Utilities on the top tab, top right tab, then go to Clone Disk. After that, we are going to leave it on automatic. We can see disk 1. We will hit next. And hopefully it sees a destination disk. It didn't have it in the list. But there is our solid state drive. 223.6 gigabyte SATA SSD. Not a loser. Look at it. It doesn't spin. Do you like it? Is that your good content? A non-spinning drive? You know it is. You like it. Select it and move on. You know, it's not rough, but it is fun being in my clown-ass mind working on this stuff. You gotta let your inner voice out. Have fun with it. As long as it's fun, it's never work. Was you looking at my ketchup? Don't look at my ketchup. I don't share it. I keep it over here by itself. Okay. We have what we're going to do. We're going to hit proceed. This is going to do what it does. It's going to not spin. It's going to buzz for a little bit, do its thing. It's going to figure out what it wants to do. How can it make it great again? And this is our cloning procedure. Hopefully this doesn't fail. Wow. This is doing what it does. I may try to take some screws out. if I'm going to do that though, I'm going to have to be very careful. And there we go. Move this before. Alright, let's go ahead and click on restart. We're going to get risky with it and try and take the screws out while it's cloning, just to save some time. Didn't I say we're up against the clock? It's true. Thankfully, there's not many screws on the bottom of these. I know I clicked restart, right? Tell me I didn't click restart. You dummy. There it goes. Acronis, I like what you do. You make my life easier. You make at least part of my life successful in the daytime. I appreciate you. So I shot a video last night. I didn't do a live stream, I shot a video. I think what we're going to do with it is edit it down and maybe release it in like the next couple days and see what everybody thinks. I don't want to do all live streams. Then again, I don't want to do only live streams. You know, all live, only live. We got to do, I mean, live streams are kind of where it's at. There's more production on the spot, but less, I guess, less effort overall. Maybe more effort overall, less production. I don't know. This thing just restart? I feel the fan. I feel the spinny fan. There's no way that cloned already. We're going to unplug that HDMI cable for some reason. It is on. We just can't see a damn thing that it's doing. How do I know when it's done? How do I know when it's done? I guess I should have took the HDMI cable out, huh? You know what? Let's find out. Are we displaying out to... We are. We're cloning there. We have to actually watch it. We have to actually watch it on our broadcast. We can't watch this on its own built-in screen. It picked, with a proper install of Windows 10, it picked going out to a capture card, out the HDMI cable, over its own internal display. Asus, why do you do it to me? I hate my life. I hate my life at times like this. It's confusing. And not very comfortable. Alright, so we're going to let that do what it's doing. It's already on 6 of 6 operations. With any luck, we will have this done. And be singing the triumph of victory. We can sing together, my friend. Maybe I should keep the shit talking to a minimum. Oh. What? I don't know you. Why are you calling me? So I got some new software today I wanted to show you. It's on this Samsung solid state drive right here. However, we're not going to get to it. We don't have enough time. Not enough time, my friend. So we'll check it out another day. We need a trackpad for that thing. I wonder if he looked it up and found the trackpad. Did he order it? We should call and check. .403, partitions copying. As soon as this is done, We're going to be able to get in here, crack this open, swap that SSD from the OptiBay adapter on over to the hard drive caddy. It's still, you know, solid state drive. It's a hard drive. We can put an SSD in the spot of a spinny drive. A no good spinny drive from 1864. Just waiting on a train. Standing here waiting on a train. So this is how you clone, essentially. Get an old copy of Acronis True Image home. It will do your cloning job until something major changes with Windows, where this program can't figure out what it's doing or what it needs to do for the clone. You'll be good for many years to come. A lot of people hated on this program too. This right here on screen. Acronis True Image. When it came out, a lot of people hated on it. They didn't like it. I loved it. It did what it did. It was easier than booting up a Linux computer and using DD, disk image, to copy something over in a terminal. Unless you knew how to do that, which I did. But this had a GUI. You weren't typing. You were mousing and clicking. So that's why I liked it. The mouse and click aspect of it. The GUI. I promoted it. I tried to. Told everybody. Got laughed at. Nobody called me a loser though, but I did get laughed at. But the program works, and a lot of those naysayers from back in the day, what do you think they're cloning with now? Exactly. Acronis. Of course they are. You knew they were. I didn't have to tell you. Alright. I ordered some other stuff. If it shows up in time, we're going to do some fun stuff to this. That's right. We're going to do some fun stuff to the car. Check it out. It's got dirt on it. That's what it looks like. I told you. There's a Helion Verdict. Not a bad little car. 25 mile an hour out of the box. If you spend $60 on the upgrade kit, if you can still find it and still find this car, you're going to be doing like 40, 45 mile an hour down the road. But I do have some good stuff coming for this that we're going to put onto it to make it legit. Just another step in getting to the live stream where we take this down public roads. Is that a bad idea? Is it illegal to drive an RC car on public roads? I wonder. We may have to get clearances. Let's check back for our repair. We're almost done. Minute 7, minute 16, counting down, minute 15, 14. We got the screws out. We got the spinny drive leaving soon. We got to keep the spinny fan there. That keeps it cool. On a more serious note, we'll keep the joking to a minimum here, okay, friends? If you don't have an SSD, a solid state drive, in your desktop, in your laptop, consider buying one and getting your Windows installed on that. It will save you time working. Programs open quicker. Stuff responds quicker. Now, true, you're getting a slight, more than a slight edge over like one of these loser spinny drives right here. You're getting more than a slight edge over one of these with a SATA SSD. But when you jump on over to an M-SATA or a PCI Express SATA or M.2, which is M.2 is just another PCI Express interface. Yeah, whenever you jump on over that, you're getting crazy speeds. And where it really matters is when you're rendering stuff in Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Audition, Blender, whatever program you use that's a heavy hitter that has to crunch numbers to do its deal. That's when an SSD really shines and saves you time. It may take you an hour to export something with a spinny drive. I guarantee you're under half that on a good branded SSD, and they're not all created equal. Some are created cheaper than others. Alright, computer's shutting down. Let's do this. Make it official. We're going to jump up. Oh, damn it, man. I can't see the screen. Let's just click shut down now. Almost didn't beat the clock. There, I did. Okay. And we have shut down, my friends. Let's go on over here. What is it like over here today? Pull you in close. Alright, we've got to open this thing up. Let's pull the power. And we have to, let's get some protection. As is the case most days, we get our protection. We don't like people scratching our computer. Why should we scratch others' computer? Exactly. We got to work across that back, which is a nightmare. Alright, we got that. We got the back. Now we got to go down this side here without lifting too high. We got it. Now we can open it up carefully. Remember, this is the one that has the ribbon cables here. We don't want to rip anything loose. Let's undo our ribbon cables, and finally go back to our power switch cable, which is, I guess you can't see that, can you? Yeah. So when you open these up, remember I showed it in the other live stream, you open it up, you got to undo the trackpad ribbon cable here, right here, then the keyboard ribbon cable, then switch over hands and reach in here with your finger and get the power button ribbon cable. Howdy. Once you have those disconnected, go ahead, flip your computer up. We need to get our SSD out. And this is the same process you would use if you plug this in with a SATA to USB 3.0. And I know they're about the same speed, or one's faster. And maybe it's our USB to 3.0 to SATA adapters here. But they seem to take forever with some clones. So let's go ahead. We have to get our hard drive mounted here, and then we're putting this thing back together for the last time, I might add. And we can put our optical bay in too. We put the screw there so we didn't lose it. Alright, there's one. Let's put the optical bay in, or optical bay, the optical drive into the optical bay. I hate my life. I don't know the words. I don't know the words. Times like that, it's just like, I hate my life. No, not really. Alright. There goes our optical drive. Drive is going to go like that. But yeah, if you've been thinking about it, if you want people keeping the fence warm, sitting on it, you fence sitter, I knew it was you. I knew it was you. If you're one of them people keeping that fence warm, don't delay. Get an SSD today. Upgrade your computer. Get some speed, some good times. Have your applications open faster. Now, do we need to transfer this in? Probably not. There's not actually a circuit board on the bottom of this thing. However, it belongs to the laptop and we have no use for it here. So we're going to go ahead and stick our sticky right on there. It looks kind of good, right? Okay, let's go for broke here on this one. Getting the first screw into the hard drive caddy is always a challenge. It makes you feel special that you can't do something simple like turn a screw into a hole. What's up over there, sir?
That other lady come and get hers?
What lady?
Oh, that's it.
Yep, the one I'm marking on.
Never mind, I found it.
You found it. Oh no. Oh no. No, she didn't show up yet. If she did, I would have said, we're not done. Come back later.
Oh, she's like, she's crazy.
No, it's done. It's cloned. I'm just getting the SSD actually installed into it. I did the one thing I always talk about where I cloned from the hard drive over to an SSD and an OptiBay adapter. Got tired of talking about it, decided to finally do it.
Alright, I'll see you here in a couple minutes.
Yes, I'll be here. Alright, let's put our OptiBay adapter back over here. Friends, it's almost time. It's almost time. We can almost sing that glorious triumphant song of victory. Victory. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Give it a moment. Now let's get our SSD installed. Turn these 3 screws in. And we'll see. We'll see what happens then. It could blow up in our faces. Laugh at us. Asus. Call them who you will. They love to do that to me. They're always laughing at me. Calling me a clown. Wow, did you hear stuff buzzing? I did. That car had no exhaust. No life. Alright, let's mute this. Alright, sorry, coffee break there. I don't like drinking on mic, as weird as that sounds. Here's our used drive that we use to install Windows, the one we cloned from this to the SSD. Let's go ahead and work on getting our ribbon cables reattached here. It's always fun. Usually they like to fight me, so I fight them back with some tweezers. Doing it upright always presents some type of challenge for me, it seems. But I'm not going to let it win today. Alright, we got one in. Alright, so what I did was reach down there and clip that in place. We definitely have one in. Now we got to go for the remaining 2, which is the keyboard, which is here. Hopefully we can get it with I've never successfully done the keyboard ribbon cable with tweezers. It's always by hand, and it's even harder to do when trying to keep your head out of the frame of the camera. We've got to prop this up a little. I'm going to hold this up. Got it. Okay, we did it left-handed, so that one's connected. Now, the last one, the nightmare, the trackpad. This is the big kahuna. For me, this is the one that laughs at me every time. Every time. No mercy. I think we got to go with our hands on this one, friends. So close, yet so far. Trying to keep my big head out of the way. It's near impossible. Guess I just need to look at the angle I'm working at here. And normally I don't work on this upright. I work on it with it sitting down. But I don't have a camera to show you. Alright, I got to change my working angle and I think I'll be able to get it. Are you even kidding me right now? Are you even kidding me? Alright, it's just because it's so springy. We have to actually, we're going to grab our tweezers and grab that little blue tab there. You see that blue tab? We don't need those tweezers. We need a different kind. This will make this less of a fight. All we gotta do is grab that blue tab and it's over. It's over, Rock. The game's over. As long as we grab that. Alright. Let's go ahead. I'm going to stick that in there. I never try to show people this, but alright. It's in. Hold it in firmly with the tweezers. Latch it. Let go. Check that they're square. Everything's good. Golden. We're going to set this up. Get rid of our... Well, we can keep our protection temporarily for now. I'm going to start by latching the back of this. And then I like to go down the left side, across the front, finally the right side, and just run around it outward from the back edge. There's a couple little spots there that are tougher to click in, but it's okay. You'll get it. Press. Alright, let's flip this over. We've got a few screws to put in. We've got to hunt down the longest one. It goes here. The other three are indeed the same size and go here, here, and then here. The three short ones go across the front, and then the two longer ones are in the back corner here. Let's load these in to where they go. And go around the perimeter. Tighten these bad digits down. Check them out. Did you see it? I did. I knew you would too. Alright. Look at that camera pulsing. Oh, it makes me sick. What is wrong with it? Wow, really? That's that autofocus. That just made me sick. I apologize, people. Man, we're not going through that again. Damn. That was creepy. Did you see that? Doo-doo, doo-doo. Maybe it was me wiggling the camera. I couldn't do it. It can't be shaky. Alright. Let's run around and check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You knew it was true, didn't you? You knew I could count to 9. I thank you. Alright, so SSD installed. Let's get rid of our anti-scratch pads. I'm going to go ahead. Let's plug the HDMI in and see if we can get this to display on our repair screen. Probably not. It did. It did. I give up. I don't know how it works. I just work on it. So it froze there and brought it up on the real screen. Much quicker though. Much quicker. Is this the one that's not supposed to show? Now there's going to be a few little things it works out on the first boot of the SSD. Realizing that it's there and whatnot. Let's plug in our HDMI cable. We're going to go ahead and uninstall the Acronis from the computer. I don't think this customer is going to do much cloning. We're going to go into programs and features. Actually, just to make everything a little more effective time-wise, we're going to grab a mouse. I can mouse quicker. Here's Acronis, uninstall. We need to get malware bytes on her. Make sure that, what is the name of it? Microsoft Security Essentials, or Defender, whatever you want to call it. We're going to delete that, and delete that. Run the wizard and uninstall. That's fine. They're sorry to see us go. Acronis, you just time traveled from 2014 to 2019, 5 years ahead. Sorry to note that there's nothing new here for you. And that's going to go on very shortly. Hopefully. Tell me that web page needed to load to let this thing uninstall. I don't think so, but you never know. Alright, and there you have it. Removing the shortcuts. Can we zoom in a little? Doesn't matter, it doesn't help. You can see the green bar. It's going, uninstalling. Look. And there we go. We're going to click Restart Windows Now. Before I do that, I'm going to flip up to this camera here so you can see the computer. All I'm doing is unplugging the HDMI. It's going to refresh and give me my screen. I'm going to click Restart Windows Now. Restart Windows now. There it goes. I guess I can use the mouse, huh? And we'll watch this on a boot. It may take a few seconds, but we're not gonna be waiting a minute like that goofy hard drive. I'm gonna tip it up though a little though, just for client's namesake. Alright, we're restarted. We're at the login. It's logging in automatically because there's no password. Now, is Windows cloned over to a hard drive as good as a Windows load direct Windows clone from a no good, wasting your time spinny drive? And we're at the desktop. Is Windows cloned from this to an SSD as good as installing Windows direct onto an SSD? I don't believe so myself, but I could be wrong. So there we are, back up at this. We're going to check for updates. We're going to make sure that we have Defender running. It should be. We need to, yes, Windows Defender is running. We're going to dismiss. We don't know any of her account info. The settings should be real-time protection you want on for Defender. If you turn it off, it'll turn itself back on next reboot. And when you install Malwarebytes or something of the sort, let's hit no. We'll keep it on. I didn't mean to do that. But when you install Malwarebytes, you will not be able to get to these settings when Malwarebytes is running. If you quit Malwarebytes from the system tray, then you could go here. And why do you want to know about this section? Well, I'll tell you real quick. Whenever you're using certain tools to work on computers, Defender will go in and grab some of the files that it sees that are acting like keygens or viruses or malware and rip them right off of your flash drive. The whatever, your USB, your flash, your solid state, USB drive, thumb drive, flash, whatever you want to call it. They'll take your tools right off of here because they don't like the way they act, and Defender is one of those programs. If you wait to install Malwarebytes and turn off real-time protection and don't reboot, like so, that's it. You turn this off, click yes, real-time protection will be off. It will turn back on at next reboot, but then Defender will not steal some of the tools off of here. Norton's another good one. You got to disable auto protect and disable smart firewall, and then Norton won't grab some of your tools. So yes, before doing work on a computer with different programs and cleanup utilities, whatnot, it's a good idea to always disable your antivirus. That way your stuff stays on your drive. Alright, I think that about wraps that up for the cloning process for Acronis. While we're here, we're going to go in and check for updates. And, oh yes, install Malwarebytes, of course. Let's go there. Updates and security. Also, while we're here, we're going to type in control panel. I don't know if you can tell a difference from now till last time, but it definitely has a little bit more snappiness to it. System protection. We're going to configure. We're going to disable it for that one. Let's hit apply. Yes. Let's hit OK. And then we have this one here. We're going to configure and we're going to turn it on. It may have been the same one. Apply. OK. No. Let's create our restore point. We're going to go with the date, which is 2019 0425. Hit create, and that's our restore point. Our updates should be up to date. Another good thing you want to check is Windows is activated. So we're all good on that note. Device manager, nothing should be showing. And Windows 10 grabbed it all. Some of them that you can just check to be sure are your display adapter, Intel HD graphics, so it's not running a generic graphics driver. If it says like basic Microsoft display driver, or then you know you need a graphics driver. Another one would be under here. It says standard SATA AHCI controller, so we may try and get a driver for that quick. And everything else is good. Let's go ahead and close this out. We will minimize our control panel, and I think that's it, my friends. As always, I hope you learned something. I hope something was useful or will be useful to somebody someday. It's getting time where I gotta go. Gotta go do the day job. It is Thursday, so no after hours today. Clearly, that's why we're doing open hours. That was just, this was the cloning process, and after a fresh, all right, let's run through the events. This computer came in, it wouldn't boot. We opened it up, determined that the drive was indeed dead. We had an SSD on order. We're gonna order a couple more to have them in here, but we used this first one that came in, the first shipment of them. In the meantime, while waiting on that drive to arrive, we installed Windows on one of our used drives. We cloned from the used drive over to the SSD. Once it arrived, put the SSD into the computer, optical drive back in, Windows is updated, ready to go, and I've got nothing else to do. If this person needs help with their installing anything else, we're here for them. Office, they have Office. If they need to set up an online Microsoft account, we got it. But other than that, that was the cloning process. We've also uninstalled Acronis. That was another thing. We've got the free version of TeamViewer. We don't really try to use that for support, but if there is something dumb, we do give a hand. But that's the free version of that. For them, I don't expect that TeamViewer is going to want your customers to buy the program. Now if you have it, you can use it. As a corporation, you need to buy a license. Other than that, let's wrap this one up. We got a restore point. It's a good day. It's Thursday. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. Getting your hands dirty, slightly, for open hours. Seagate. Sorry you didn't make it, my friend. I knew you were a loser. I knew you wouldn't make it. I told you before we got into this, you would not be here till the end, and you're not. Have a good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's one of those, wherever you are, people. Tune back in tomorrow. Hopefully, if our packages get here on time, we will have something fun to do with this. It can't always be computers, can it? Can we do some RC? Can we eat some pizza and drink coffee? Soda? Of course we can. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.